Hello, good morning, or even good afternoon. It's 12:20 in the place I live, so in Warsaw. And today I think it will be a quick one, just to mention a small part of the Excel subject regarding to ranges, tables. And I have to start with something I forgot last time, because I was working without my notes, and today I have them. So for the first one is to look for differences between two columns and on which row we have the difference, right? So we have like this, these are the same, here is a difference, and also here. But you can have a large data set and you don't know where to find it. Well, actually, in practice, in corporate work, I always just compare it like this. So column A is equal to column B going downwards. I'm not sure if I can say downwards. Is it something I can say? Well, I meant to fill the formula going down, so maybe downwards was a made-up word for me. So here, where is the false, I can see that there is a difference. I can create a filter and pick only false. And here the rows I have with difference, and that's how I do it. But on the course I'm doing, there's a shortcut, so we can mark the range, go with Control \, and it shows you the differences. So you can see that 5 is different than 4 and 6 than 7. You can also do it by going on the tab, Home tab, and Group Editing, and here is Find Select. Go to Special, and first of all you have to mark the range you're looking for. So once again, go to Special, and the row differences is the one we're checking before with the Control \. And also you can check the differences in the column. So there is a different data set, and the column E has only 2s with 1 5, and column F has 5s with 54. You can go to Special, go to column differences, go OK, and here you can see that 5 is different than the rest and 54 is different than the rest. So that's that. Here is the range, some made-up data. I can quickly change it to English names. Sales. Okay, so let's say we have something like this, and let's also say that we have some rows with gaps. It's actually pretty common that the data you're getting is not so beautiful as on multiple courses I had, and as I heard from different people, that the most work with data is to get the data in a structured way, without any mistakes and any gaps and so on. So the most work is to get it structured in a proper way, and then working on the data that is actually valid is like the cherry on the top. I think it's the same in Polish, but I suppose it's also in English. Okay, so let's look at the notes. Okay, so we have range, tables with borders, and a real Excel table. So that's the range. You have just the data here, and in this example it's structured. It has to be structured to make it a table, but probably a data range can be like data all over the place, and you have just some data in some cells. So here we have the range. If I put some borders in it and we have like some structure, then we can say that's a table, it's a formatted range, which is like a table with borders, let's say, and it's not a real table. It's not an object. It's just a range that has some formatting in it. And if we take that out, and I will use a shortcut with Ctrl T, my table has headers because it has it. Okay, so now we have a real object that is a table, and I can name it my TBL. So that's my table, and yeah, that's a shortcut you use to mark the tables with TBL. So a table, you know that you have a table when you have some formatting, and here when you click on the range somewhere on the table, you can see that there is a table design. You can change different formats of the table. You can here add some total rows or changing anything. You can work on that. Actually, you can also put the total row with Ctrl-Shift-T, so it's added automatically, and you can actually here change it to something else than sum. You can put average of sales or max. Actually, I can here also put some, I can put it on each column. I can use some variables to calculate, but I will turn it off if that's possible. Yes, it is. Also, a table works in such a way that if I would put another column sales in value, and it automatically adds the column to the range. And if I will multiply, let's say, some column times 100, it automatically fills the whole column. It's called structured reference, and it always takes values from one row and makes some calculations on it, and here is the outcome. So you can also see in the formula bar that it takes the name from this column. Yeah, sales in units. Actually, I'm wondering why it doesn't show the name of the table actually, because I suppose it should. Maybe if I would let's say sales total, and if you would pick sales times value, it only shows add and no table. And not sure, maybe if it would be an undersheet, then it would show that it takes from table my TBL table and then the column. But for now it's just not so useful. What you can add, if you have a table, you can insert a slicer, picking on the column you want to filter. So you can go by category, and here you can pick. You can just filter. You can go with that. You can clear the filter going with this button. You can insert some rows and put the slicer here, fit it so it looks nice, let's say. And here, well, you would have to scroll to pick the category you're interested in, but you can also go with the slicer and pick the columns. You want to have 3 columns, and here you can just filter as you wish. With clicking Control and picking the choices, you can pick multiple choices, and here you're turning the filter again. So I've deleted that. Go back here. Here, if you click on the table, you can convert it to the range. So now it's a range again, but with the formatting. If I click somewhere here, Format Painter, and pick all of this, it's again the range we had at the beginning. And also, well, if you're making the table, it's probably the best way to have no blank rows, as we have here. Well, here we can see that there is only 2, so you can delete it, but if the data would go down, 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 then you have to search for them. If I put a filter here, it only shows me this range. I don't see anything going down, right? I will turn off the filter. If I'm standing here and I would go with Ctrl-Shift-A or Ctrl-A, sorry, then I'm marking all data range, but only until the blank row. And if I would like to mark everything, I can go with Shift, Ctrl, down, 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 and here I have the whole row. I can also mark it like this, but if the range is large, then probably the best way is to going down, down. If you go down too much, you can just go with 1 hour up, and you have the data range. So I'm going with Ctrl-T, creating the table, and the course said that you can filter everything without blanks and copy the table somewhere else, and that's how you get the table without the blanks. But for me, it's also useful just to pick the blanks, delete them, go back, and you have the table without the blanks already, and you don't have to paste it anywhere. So for me, that's the best option. And that's the end for today. In the next episode we will talk about pivot tables. So thank you and see you again.